Hello, everyone on Facebook. How are you today? I hope everything is going well for you. So, today, let's get straight into it. Today, we're going to be talking about just three simple steps to help you begin to embrace a life without perfectionism. So, okay, the people I'm talking to, people I'm talking to out there, I assume are very similar to the way that I used to be. We used to call ourselves type A people. We had to have everything aligned, everything working perfectly. And if one thing fell out of place, oh, the trauma, you know. And that's exactly how I used to run my life, as a single mum, two kids, working a lot of hours, studying, working, supporting, housework, everything, doing everything. It had to run really succinctly. And it had to run, not succinctly, that's not the right word, it had to run like clockwork. And so I had that perfectionism when something didn't go right. Oh man, what did I do wrong? And how did I get this wrong? So and it all came crashing down as it was always going to. However, there are a few things that I learned in the process, so I wanted to share that today. And a few things that were kind of, when I looked for help, a few things that were given to me, but I don't think I really understood the gold within it until I crashed, and then I had to come back from that burnout. So the first thing is reevaluating your priorities. It sounds really simple, but when you are in the process of putting everybody else first, and you've got to meet the kids priorities, you've got to meet spouse, you've got to meet work, you've got to meet community, you've got to meet family, you've got to meet everybody else's priorities. And then in the middle of it, you're going, but I'm so tired, I just want to sleep, I'm exhausted, I just don't think I can keep going. That's when it all starts to fall apart. So reevaluating your priorities. And when I work with clients, one of the very first things we do, if they don't know their personal values, what really has meaning to them, that's one of the first exercises we do, is finding out what actually has meaning for you. And from there, you're able to reprioritize. So if let's say, for example, let's something that's really important to me is health, but say it's not as important to somebody else, but yet they are doing, they're making, because of their environment, so whatever environment they're in, so whether it's because of a spouse, because of a work environment, because of community, whatever, they're paying particular, attention to their macros and their micros and how much exercise they're getting, and all of these parts. They're meditating, they're journaling, they're doing all of this stuff, but it actually isn't a priority for them. It makes it hard to get up out of bed to actually do that. So, if we talk about values, and I'm struggling to think of values at the moment that are a good example of this, but if it's not something that you hold dear, it makes it very hard to do, so it becomes a bit of a burden. So, reevaluating your priorities, which is the first thing I'd like you to think about in embracing a more balanced life, reevaluating your priorities comes easier when you know what's important to you, when you know what your values are, and how that is portrayed in your world. The second thing is embracing and practicing flexibility. There is only one person in this world that you have control over, and that's you. You can't control everybody else. So you need to allow space for shifts. Balance isn't about rigid schedules. It's less about rigid schedules. Yes, you need to have schedules, but it's about being realistic. And if realistic means adding in what I call fudge factor time, so adding in flexibility to your schedule, then do it. Don't schedule yourself so tightly that if one thing goes wrong, it puts the rest of your day out. or your week or your month for that matter. So that's the first two things. Reevaluate your priorities, know what your values are, know how that shows up in your world. Second thing, practice flexibility. If you know that you tend to run longer on things, allow yourself that time. Don't judge yourself and don't judge others. Okay, allow yourself flexibility. You're the only one you can control. And the third thing, find peace in life's mess. As I said, you can't control, you're the only one that you can control. You can't control any of your external circumstances to a point. But generally, what other people do, what other people say, how you interact, the weather, you can't control the weather. So embracing, getting, finding peace in life's messiness is something that I think we could all do a little bit better. Noting that life's messiness does not, it doesn't define your worth, your value. What it does do is make you human, with your imperfections and everything. So 3 things, let's go through them from the top. 3 things to help you start embracing life and a balanced life without perfection. Number 1, reevaluate your priorities. Know what is of value to you, what qualities are of value to you and how they show up in your world. Number 2, practice flexibility. You have no control over other people. You have no control over the weather. You have no control over the markets, the financial markets. So embrace some flexibility, practice flexibility. And the final thing, find peace in the mess. Do what you need to do to allow the mess to be life, because life is messy. All right. So, my challenge to you, or my question, how can you do one of those things this week? And I'm going to leave you with that thought. I hope this has found you well, and that you will tune in again next Thursday. Same time, same bat channel. I'll see you then to talk about another topic about health. Awesome. Take care, have a wonderful weekend, and bye for now.